Welcome back to another episode of The Basement. I'm your host, Wyatt. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, which is also what his friend group was called in high school, and real-life version of Chester the Cheetah, went to space on his new rocket plane. And this was for the same reason that your weird uncle owns and uses an electric unicycle. Nobody knows, but the general consensus is that it's a bad idea. And a man went to the gym for 10,000 consecutive days, but he's still not that in shape. And this is because his goal was to go to the gym. He hasn't even made it to the treadmills. And Tesla came out with a new software update that will allow their cars to self-drive on local roads. But it came with an ominous new warning that said, the driver must be aware and awake because this car might do the wrong thing at the worst time. Which sounds like some of the cars are totally self-aware and just hate all of humanity. They're just not sure which ones. And Donald Trump has said that he paved the way for the billionaire space race. Because you remember all those times that he went to space? It would be actually pretty bad if he did go, though, because then we would have Chester the Cheetah and a Cheeto in space, and that could just be terrible. And mac and cheese ice cream has been created and is now available for purchase. And it actually serves a very important purpose because if someone is to buy mac and cheese ice cream, the cashier is legally allowed to shoot them at checkout for being a menace to society. Our movie review for this week is Patch Adams, which sounds like a movie Robin Williams would be in, and guess what? He's there. In this movie, the main character, Patch Adams, enrolls himself into a psych ward, which looks a lot like Suburban Station, except the people there are actually way calmer than they are at Suburban. And then he unenrolls himself from the psych ward, goes to med school. They never explain how he got into med school. And he just does improv comedy in a hospital for like the rest of the movie. One thing that I did learn from this movie, though, is that a good rule of thumb in med school is if someone is wearing a tie, they're probably an asshole. Like Patch Adams' roommate, but you could also already tell he's an asshole because he looks like the bully from any movie ever. This movie's also a lot like any other Robin Williams movies, but not really the Mrs. Doubtfire type. This one is much more Dead Poets Society. This episode of The Basement was brought to you by The Average Olympics. It's just the Olympics, but in every single competition, we have a regular person compete that we just picked off the street. That way you have a frame of reference and can actually tell that the people competing are really, really, really good. It also means that if you see a regular person competing, you can't sit there and say, oh, I could do that, when you're just laying on the couch eating potato chips. Thanks for watching another episode of The Basement. I'm your host, Wyatt. And don't forget to let me know what movie you want me to review as my final movie review for the next episode. I'll see you guys next time.